To anybody that does watch my channel, I think this girl's channel is well worth watching. And I'm going to send this as a video response. I've been somewhat in your shoes. Meaphe? But in a different circumstance. You're in a circumstance of, sort of a global tragedy, that this power plant blowing up is going to affect the whole entire world. I hope you're going to have water continually and electricity. And I don't want to say this to create any fear, but more of, we need to wake up. We need to stop those that are in power, those that think they've got plans that are doing nothing but screwing things up. I've seen a lot on Twitter trying to get donations to help everybody else out in your area. And I'm kind of warning that, look at who you're donating to, because I seriously have problems with these nonprofit programs. They'll be there in the short term, but as soon as everybody's donations stop coming in, they're gone. And then you're going to be left exactly like Katrina was, like everybody else in the Gulf, like in Haiti. It's like you're just the news bite of the day that's going to die out, and then the real suffering's going to come in. And that's more of what I want to talk about, is all of the suffering that's going on that doesn't get the news. All of these people that are suffering that nobody's listening to anymore. And none of us are doing anything about it. We're all supporting this economic system that is the cause of most of this bullshit that's going on. Now, I know that a lot of people just think that an earthquake is a natural disaster. No, earthquakes like this are not a natural disaster. They never are. There's a cause to everything. And there are some scientists, as wild as this may sound, but a lot of earthquakes, a lot of these earth changes have a lot to do with the sun. The sun is definitely causing a lot of these earth changes. Now, something's causing the sun to do that as well. That is even a wilder story that nobody else is going to believe. But the root of all of this suffering is greed. And as long as we do everything based on greed and ignorance, because there's a lot of people that volunteer, a lot of people that give to organizations like the Red Cross, not thinking and relying on them to be good people, but they're getting like $500,000 a year, 6 weeks paid vacation, all expenses paid. And some guy on Twitter just told me that, well, the smart guy should be getting paid the money. They get paid according to their intelligence. Basically, they're saying anybody that gives out of love, free, is stupid. And then somebody else twittered and said that, well, I have to make that much money because I have a house to pay for and I have to put my kids through school. Meanwhile, the people that are doing it for free also have to have a house, also have to have kids that they've got to put through school, but their wage is not important for some reason. I think this nonprofit game is nothing more than a scam. But I think these nonprofits, these ways of giving, have to be our new structure. We've screwed up our planet so bad that the suffering that I'm watching you go through, that you're blogging and letting us know how your experience is, every single one of us are going to be in that same boat. I've seen it happen to me, and I lost my mind. And I knew, it's like when you lose your mind, you see the full, complete picture. You see a bigger picture than anybody else's. I was in a tunnel vision. When I lost my mind, I lost that tunnel vision. and I seen things from a bigger perspective. It allowed me to predict the future. All of this is predictable. It's going to get a lot worse. What I see you talking about is what's going to happen to all of us. But no water will run. No electricity will come back. There won't be anybody giving any money to any Red Cross because everybody on this planet is going to be in the same boat. The only thing we can do is stop this while we still have a chance. Will this be the catastrophe that wakes up a globe and says enough is enough? Or do we have to see a lot of people die? Do we have to still see the suffering go on just until enough people on this planet wake up to the way we are running everything on this planet is wrong and it's time to change? That's the only time the suffering is going to stop. My heart goes out for you. I want you to keep blogging so that we can see what our future is going to be like, because we are going to be in your shoes next. If that nuclear plant blows up, there's going to be thousands, millions of people are going to be dying. That air is going to be flowing into Canada. So it's going to seem like life as usual, normal. You know, we're going to build our hospitals, our cancer hospitals, and just think, oh, this is natural. In my area, they're building a big cancer hospital. Nobody's waking up to what's causing the cancer. Why is there a cluster so much that the hospitals have to be bigger? Because the increase of cancer is getting bigger. I live in a good area, but they're all dying slowly. They're like frogs in a pot of boiling water. They're at a slow boil right now and just thinking it's really comfortable because the water's warm. But it's about to boil and cook us all. So to anybody that's watching my channel, please, I invite you to watch this girl. She is telling our story. This is going to be us soon. And I'm pretty sure that even this girl is not aware and did nothing about Haiti, did nothing about Katrina. You know, it was in the tunnel vision of living your day, planning your life, you know, had a lot of things to look forward to. And yeah, she says it's selfish. We're all friggin' selfish. None of us are doing what we're supposed to be doing. I can't even get out in the world and do what I know is right because nobody wants to allow me to do what's right. I've even offered to work in a women's shelter, helping women deal with what I dealt with, under the condition that I tell them the truth. But they told me that if I volunteered there and told women the truth, they would lose their funding. So I can't work there. I can't go out in my world and do the right thing because I'm rejected at all times, because nobody wants to do the right thing yet. But it's only when we form larger groups together that we decide we want to do the right thing. We want to hear from other people that want to do the right thing. We start new types of jobs that are not based on how much money I can make and how much stuff I can get, but how much I can do out into my world, how I get pleasure out of helping somebody else out. That's the real paycheck. Because if I'm doing something to help somebody else out, and the rest of the world played that same game, then the rest of the world is doing something to help me out. I don't even have to worry, because I know the rest of the universe is doing what they can to help me, just like I'm doing what I can to help the rest of my world. But it can't be a one-sided thing. It cannot be the majority of the planet serving only the few. It's these greedy people at the top. You look at anybody that has a high bank account and start holding them responsible and accountable, and you know, donate your friggin' money to better ideas. There are better ideas. They are just not being funded. There's better ways of gaining power, not through oil and not through nuclear power plants that are built on a earthquake, and you don't even know how earthquakes are created. We need to get smarter. We need to get wiser. We need to be a hell of a lot more loving and a hell of a lot less selfish. I personally have been choosing a life of poverty. Not even so much of a choice. I could be out there doing the wrong thing, But I know it would kill me in the end because my health can't take it anymore. It's like the universe is working for me. I can't do the wrong thing or it'd kill me. So the only thing left is to do the limited wrong thing, which I know even that is going to end unless this whole system collapses. So that's why I do my channel, is trying to share as much information as possible to influence change. This is not a conspiracy. This is just a planet not knowing how to do what's right. We know what's right. We don't know how to jump into what's right. But it starts with one foot in front of the other. It does start with all of our networking together. It's not donating to organizations like the Red Cross that are only going to be there for 5 minutes and they run with the money and enjoy their 6 weeks vacation. We need to hold Red Cross accountable. Get rid of their CEOs that require that much money. Force Red Cross to hire somebody that's willing to volunteer their service as a CEO, not get paid $500,000 to do the job. There's lots of people. I would do it. And I'm pretty sure I can do that job since I can manage my own money a lot more effective than these CEOs. So please, I'll put a link to this girl's video and check out her channel. This is going to be your future and my future. And please, to this meaphe, I do wish you all the best. And you have a voice right now. People are listening. People from Katrina that are suffering want you to speak for them. People in Haiti would like you to speak for them. You still have your mind together. Look at the global picture and speak for everybody that's about to suffer, and start speaking for change. Not just help you out for the moment, but help you out for the long term. Because helping you out for the long term helps us all out for the long term. I hope that this message isn't offensive. I tend to offend a lot of people when I start talking about my suggestions of a better idea. I do not wish you harm. I wish you well. Your success, your good future means my good future. Your suffering means I'm going to be suffering a hell of a lot longer, and I sure as hell don't want that. So I do wish you well. I do wish global change. I hope this is the last catastrophe so that we can wake up. There's so many smart people that are recognizing the causes, and they are being shut down, not able to speak. They're being attacked. Anytime somebody comes up with a good suggestion, a different direction, is being heavily attacked. So they don't want to speak up. But we have so much available if we only want to start listening to what's right. So please go check out this girl's channel, and I wish you all the best. I will visualize change so that the help that does come to you comes to you for the long term, not just the short term. And I hope you take this experience and help other people out in your future, and not have that tunnel vision of just looking after self and self-worth. We have to look at self-worth of the planet. Otherwise, we don't have a chance, and let the suffering continue. If we all decide that we would prefer more suffering, more tragedies, I'm at one with that. I can't stop this train from coming. All I can say is, might want to think about it, because it's going to be your own suffering that you have. The majority of the planet wants change. There's only a few that are in control of this. And it's just, we need to take that control away from them and just decide we're not going to fall into their game. And we need to create our own game through what we purchase, through how we decide to live our lives. If we decide to live in our own personal purpose and go against the flow of everything that's wrong, we do have the potential to make massive change. I hope this makes sense. I hope it comes across as loving as the intention is. And I hope I didn't offend anybody. Please check out this girl's channel. Very interesting watch. Peace out. Love you.